True Blue live watch along, i.e. also probably post match review, but I am watching the match. Wow, what can I say? We capitulated like lambs to the slaughter. First half, men against boys, definitely. Real Madrid, their lineup was Courtois, Valverde, Asensio, Rodrygo, Mendy, Rodrygo, for me, key man, brilliant. Tchouaméni, Chelabos and Bellingham, and Mbappe and Vinicius Junior. Mbappe, key player. Now, for some reason, we started off with Diaz and Stones, Kushnoff as a right back, and Guardiola as left back, and Edison in net. Gonzalez is at the bottom of a diamond with Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden on the right, and Gundogan up top, with Marmoush up top and Savinho. Now, they're lined up as a 4-4-2. We're lined up as a 4-1-2-1-2. How is that going to work when we know City's midfield is non-existent? It's not going to work, that. And we know that Bellingham's going to come in with Vinicius Junior. So I'll just fall just below where Vinicius Junior and Killian Mbappe is. So technically, their midfield's going to be packed. So to even attempt this, whatever they're attempting, you've got no real wide players when you're doing that. I don't know why Pep's gone for this, but straight away within the first 5 minutes, Stones is injured. He's played more. I think this is his third game. He's not. Someone was saying, I think it was typical City, because I was listening to his lineup prediction for the match. He was saying that Stones can't play more than 3 games in a week. If he does, he tends to get injured. And again, if that's the case, he shouldn't have played Stones, because Ake had to end up coming off the bench and taking over for Stones. And that kind of like led to basically what happened with the goal with Killian Mbappe. It's just a long ball over the top from Courtois. Diaz was wrong-footed. Stones tried to like get there and he couldn't. I think he felt a bit awkward when he passed the ball back, and basically, bam, he got injured. Mbappe scored, just chipped Edison, first goal. Then he's gone off. Then Ake's come on. And then obviously since that's happened, the back row, we're in disarray. It's like, again, I was saying this before about them playing out from the back. You can do that, but if you're not going to go forward or you've got nowhere to go, why are you playing out from the back? You might as well boot the ball out. And I know it sounds bad saying that, but you're putting the goalkeeper under pressure. You're putting Kushnoff under pressure as well by playing out from the back. And not even that, some of the players don't feel comfortable on the ball, so we're seeing the same mistakes again, even though the line's freshened up and these are fresh set of players from the midweek game. We should see more. You've got Gundogan up top like he's going to ghost in, but Gundogan's not that player anymore. He shouldn't really. I think, me personally, Gundogan shouldn't have been starting this game. Fair enough with Bernardo Silva, I get it. Fair enough with Foden, but why is Gundogan starting the game? Why is Kovacic not beside Nico Gonzalez? At least Kovacic is forward thinking. Do you know what I mean? And even Doku could have started this game if you could have played Marmoush and then played Savinho on the left and Savinho on the right or Doku on the left, whichever way you wanted to do that. And have Kovacic beside them, and then them two sitting beside, Kova. You know what I mean? You want someone more forward thinking. It's just disaster after disaster. City are just not good enough. I think Diaz is still probably injured. He looks a bit like, a bit slow-footed with Mbappe, but again, age is catching up with certain players, and I think the injuries and playing so many games, you just can't really seem to like get that thing. And Kushnoff, again, I feel sorry for him. He's been like put in the game, and he's playing him as a right back and expecting him to play. But to be fair, you know, he's been probably the best defender on the pitch, you know, up to now out of all the players. He has, you know what I mean? Marmoush had a chance where he got a chance to run down the wing when the ball come up to him, but you know, their defender, I think it was Valverde, just no Asensio, he just tackled him, and you know, and then they got the corner. But like the second goal from Mbappe was, it was again that guy what I was saying, Rodrygo. You know, the guy was key. Little play, little flick, just passed, just ghosted past Kushinov. To be fair, Kushinov should have anticipated that, but he wrong-footed himself, and before he even could chance to move, it's too late. Then, you know, Mbappe got the ball, he's free, he's gone. He's just twisted up Guardiola's tried to slide, and then bam, just placed it in the net against Edison. Nothing he could do. You know, just made the defence look poor. At times, City were just defending for all that they could, but like again, it just goes to show sometimes the personnel is key when you're playing against a certain team. You want to play your best team. You don't want to play a team that's just you're playing them because that's what you think will do. That's not going to work. And if Haaland's on the bench, for me, Haaland should be starting. You know, you want Haaland to start. If he's on the bench, he's starting. If he's not on the bench, he's not starting. You know, make up your mind. He can't be on the bench and you're not starting him in a game like this. We need to win the game. The whole idea is to win, you know, not to draw. If that's the case, you might as well just play all the kids and then just whatever happened. And then at least we'd know you've capitulated. But you're playing Gundogan, you're playing Bernardo Silva. Them two players for this game shouldn't be playing. I'm sorry. There's two other players you could have played. You could have played Haaland, you could have played Doku, you could have played Kovacic, you know. I don't know, but the only thing I can say is that, like, coming up near to the end of the 40th minutes, City looked like they were in possession of the ball and were passing it around, but they've got nowhere to go. It just looks like the midfield's congested and no one has any idea where they can go. And they're just doing them stupid side passes where they're going nowhere. You just got the ball and you're doing nothing with the ball. So what is the point in passing if you're not going to do anything with the ball? Real Madrid are happy to let you have the ball. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to do nothing. You got nothing. You're going to do nothing. But anyway, that's my review for the first half. And based off the way they're playing, City look like that's it. It's out. They've got no chance in this. It just looks like damage limitation now in the second half. So it's kind of a bit of like respectable countenance of trying to just like save a bit of face and not get annihilated even more. But to me, this looks like whoever goes through in this in the second half is basically going to be in the final. You're seeing basically one of the two finalists there. So, and for me, it looks like Real Madrid are probably going to be in the final. But anyway, that's the end of the first half analysis. So, True Blue second half live watch along analysis, but probably going to be post match review regardless either way. So the game starts and there's a little bit of a build up and a little bit of play and whatever, but the 52 minutes mark, from a corner, Rodrygo has a brilliant shot which is saved by Edison. The corner comes from City actually, and basically the ball comes back down the pitch and the counter attack, and I think it's Chabelos passes the ball along to Rodrygo, sorry, and he's on the right and he has a wicked shot, but Edison just parries it and saves it. Just before that, Diaz cut out a Vinicius Junior chance where Vinicius Junior's about to have a shot, and he slides and just blocks him out. So in the 56th minute, Valverde has a brilliant run down the right hand side and crosses the ball into the box. Mbappe gets onto it, and just before he can pull the trigger, Edison saves it and brings him down. But on the replay, he looks like he's offside. So in the 59th minute, from a fast counter-attack from a City corner, Mbappe gets the ball on the right and he drills it into the City goal past Edison with his left foot. Defo, man of the match, eh? The 67th minute, Pep sat on the bench and he looks dejected. To be fair, I did mention in the first half he got the personnel completely wrong, because as you see later on in the game, with the players that he brings on and with who I mentioned earlier, who should have started and should have probably played, the team looks so much better and so much different. And the thing is you want to try and at least win the tie. At least try and win it for a bit of pride. You didn't even try and win it. You didn't even want to change any of the personnel or change anything and do anything to actually rectify the situation, to even be more attack-minded or front foot. I think his mind's on Liverpool and on the FA Cup and the next run of games, what he's got. And he's trying to save his personnel. But if that was the case, you might as well have played more of the youngsters as well and just went out with the youngsters, and at least you could have saved the senior personnel and saved them and give them more of a break. Because why bring Haaland if Haaland's going to be on the bench? You shouldn't have brought Haaland. You should have just rested him. Should have brought one of the other youngsters and put them on the bench as well. You know, you played Kushinov, you played Gonzalez, you played Marmoush, and in the positions they're in, that they played in, I think each player played as good as they could play. You know, with it being a baptism of fire against Real Madrid, but it is what it is. But 75th minute, Foden has a shot finally after all the side passing and ticky-tack of passes and the ball not going nowhere, he gets a clear line on. I don't know what it is sometimes. Sometimes I watch City and they frustrate me. They remind me of Arsenal, where they have to have this perfect opportunity to score. They never pull the trigger. And when they do pull the trigger and they score, you're actually surprised and you think to yourself, well, how many passes do you need before you actually take a shot on goal? You know what I mean? But anyway, Courtois saves it. 76th minute, Foden comes off, Gundogan goes off, finally. McAtee comes on and Kovacic comes on in the 77th minute. So Mbappe, 77th minute, Mbappe goes off, Ceballos goes off, Camavinga comes on and Diaz comes on. Anyway, the game looks more lively and Real Madrid are attacking a lot more. So Valverde, 89th minute, Valverde goes off, Vinicius Junior goes off to a standing ovation. David Alaba comes on and Kendrick comes in. So anyway, City finally get a free kick because there's a foul on, I think it's Marmoush. So in the 90th minute, Marmoush gets a free kick. Brilliant shot. He hits the crossbar. So on the rebound, the ball comes off the crossbar. Nico Gonzalez is the quickest to react and he places it into the net. But there seems to be a little bit of... everyone seems a little bit nonplussed, like it possibly might not be a goal. But anyway, there's a VAR goal check. About a minute passes and it's a goal and the score is 3-1. City fans, away fans are cheering, and then basically 2 minutes is up, the game is done. Game is over, Ancelotti is out, Fox Pep. Now, me personally, I don't think Pep went out to win this game. I think he just went out to play it in a way where it was damage limitation based off the personnel that he picked and that he played. I think he knew he weren't going to win, but he tried to give the players the chance that they could win. But again, you played Stones. So if you didn't think you could win the game, you shouldn't have played Stones, because again, what typical City was saying, I mentioned this in the first half, um, like review what I did and watch along part what I did, that he can't play 3 games. He gets injured, and again he's come off injured, and like we're starting to see a lot of the players getting injured because you're playing them too much. And yeah, I get it. You're playing David Silva and you're playing you're playing Bernardo Silva, not David Silva. Faux pas there. And Gundogan, because you want to give the other players a rest, but you might as well have just not even bothered, like even playing the formation you played. You might as well have just played something completely different. And I get it. You want to save Kovacic. You want to save McAtee. You got to save them. But why even play Marmoush and Gonzalez and Khrushchev then, if that's the case? You know, some of it I get, it's like giving certain players more experience and time, but you're playing them and you're not even starting McAtee. You might as well have started McAtee. I'd rather you would have started McAtee, Nunez, Nunez. They could have played alongside Gonzalez instead of Gundogan and Silva. Yeah, Foden, right to play. Savinho, right to play, definitely, based off, form. Grealish is on the bench. At some point you're going to probably play him. His form was getting better until he got injured again. I don't know. It just seems that the formation what he picked was wrong. Maybe it was more to do with the fact that he wanted to play Marmoush in a more attacking middle role or whatever. But Gundogan, where you played him, he should not have been playing. I'm sorry, he shouldn't have played. For this game, Gundogan should be coming off the bench to see out the game. If you want to actually win it, or at least win it, you want to play fresher, younger legs. McAtee and Nunez, possibly. If you know you're not going to win the game, or you don't feel like you're going to win the game, at least play a couple of the younger players. Play them in the midfield and let them play. Just let them play. Because you're not going to win the game anyway. If that's your prerogative, play them. Let them play. Doku's on the bench, but obviously he's probably injured, so I don't know if you're going to save him for the Liverpool game or one of the other cup games, or the other games comes running up. I think his mind's just on what's the next successive games that are coming up in the run, and he wants to save as many players as he can so they're not injured. And the fact that Gundogan and Silva probably are not going to get injured and they're not tired, he's just playing them. But why not play the young guns then? At least give them a chance. It's a cup game. If we're not going to win, play them. You're playing Gonzalez, you play Khrushchev, you played Marmoush, you're giving them minutes. So give McAtee more minutes and give Nunez more minutes, and play Nunez in the right position and or at least in the midfield. Same with McAtee as well. Yeah, it's going to be more attacking, but play players that have got legs. They're fresh. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's my watch along post match review for the second half of the Man City Real Madrid game, and basically it finished 3-1, which ends up, I think, City got toasted, but what's new? Seems that basically we can only just hope that we finish in the 4th spot, which is I think what Pep wants to do, and at the very least try and win the FA Cup, which I think he wants to do. At least then the season has not been a complete disaster if we at least win one trophy and finish 4th. Because if you look at it from when he first come, I think we finished 5th in his first season, so he will still be doing better than when he very first came. So anyway, leave your thoughts in the comment section, like, comment, subscribe, and that is another one from the one and only True Blue.